Welcome to Hot Takes and Beer Breaks.
We were over intoxicated and underinformed.
We're just three dudes talking news and drinking booze.
I'm John.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Justin.
I got beer on my computer.
Speaking of beer on your computer, how often do you shave your balls?
I don't have a set schedule. I just do it whenever I look down and go, oh, okay.
So like what are we talking lengthwise? Like how many cubics?
Is that a unit of measurement?
It is now.
I honestly couldn't say.
All right, let's head north. How often do you shave your face? John.
Like shave? Like,
well, like you got to maintain. It's not
like,
the 70s anymore.
Like once a week.
Let it go
least.
wild.
Once a week at least.
All right. So what about your armpits? Do you
I never
shave
shave my armpits.
No. I learned from my padre that like you trim up your armpits, you sweat less. It's nice. I save so much on deodorant and embarrassment.
Or you don't sweat.
Do you not sweat?
No, of course not.
John, you're nervous all the time. You spilled a beer before this episode.
Hey, it's hard not to sweat when you don't work out.
Wait, hold on. Where's that shot coming from? You don't work out.
Yeah, but I still sweat. I'm a sweaty guy. Actually, I'm not that sweaty of a guy, but you know, it is what it is.
Well,
I just feel attacked right now. Wow.
Good.
Now let's head down south, even further than the undercarriage. Would you shave your legs?
No, probably not.
Would you trim your leg hair?
From charity.
Why charity?
Why charity?
Why not just
Charity's
do
a
it?
good cause.
You ever, Jason? Have you ever shaved your legs or
I have
trimmed
not.
them?
No.
I've done it once or twice, and it feels amazing.
Oh, really?
It's got like peach fuzz all up and down your leg, and then you put on a pair of jeans, and it's like a tingling sensation.
Was it back in your athletic days?
It was back in my athletic days.
See, I never did because every meet I competed in, I always wore long spandex.
See, I was short and white, so I needed any advantage I could get.
Yeah, I always went long. It's a lot easier to get sand off of spandex than it is out of your leg hair and everywhere else that it seems to get.
Ooh, that's a fair point. Fair point.
See, I should have shaved my legs for swimming, but I didn't because, you know, I just didn't. I also had really long hair during swimming too, so I wore like the swimming cap, but it's still
nice.
Oh, you hippie.
Yeah.
Hippie lib over here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Do you have is that the only thing you wanted to talk about? You just
not at all. Like, do you think is there a generation gap in the way that people use?
Okay, this is what I want.
Ellipses.
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 The ...
Yeah.
So,
is there a generation gap between those?
No, I'm bringing this. I'm bringing this up because I get like emails back and forth from work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like between us, like if anyone sends like a ... like yeah, okay, that's like. Fuck you, basically, right? Like
nowadays,
you did something wrong.
It's a stank.
Yeah, it's like a pause, kind of like sarcastic remark, right? Like, yeah, okay, but it like I feel like older people when they send it, they'll just send ... Yeah, okay,
and then you're sitting there like, what did I do wrong?
What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, do you
I've gotten that a few times. Like it's just, you sense it as like passive aggressive and just like. Nah, bro, I'm just, we're cool.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Do you guys throw like exclamation points in your emails just to sound not so?
Yeah, I do it in text messages now too.
Yeah,
not in the slightest.
Do you email a lot, Jason?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. And when I do, it's literally just an attachment of something saying here, and that's about it. I don't construct formal emails.
Just say here, but with an exclamation point.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, I could, but I don't want to. I'm just going to throw in question marks at the end. Fuck it.
Here
is what you're looking for? I just put it like randomly throughout.
I do that in regular text messages because I'll be like asking questions with a question mark, and then I'll just make a statement like, yeah, that sounds great to me. Question mark? So for just no reason. So I'm a terrible texter though. Like I've been told multiple times.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just awful.
You're just terrible.
Facts.
I should just never text again. Huh?
Ever.
Facts.
Okay. Just get rid of your phone.
Why do you want to talk about David Grohl?
David Grohl?
Yeah.
So Dave Grohl, I
why did I say David?
You know, David Grohl. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl is the rock and roll version of Justin Timberlake.
Why?
I was driving home and both
Interesting.
of them popped up on the radio. The Foo Fighters and then like JT stuff. So hear me out. Both of them were in very successful groups and bands in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
They both had a very successful solo career.
Yes.
Both of them have been in movies.
What's Dave Grohl been in?
Hold on, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Both of them were involved in their friends' like comedic musical group. Dave Grohl was involved with Jack Black and Tenacious D. And Justin Timberlake was involved with Lonely Island.
Yes. Yes.
They both have very similar career paths.
What about Michael Jackson?
They do.
What do you mean, Michael Jackson?
He was in a group. Then he went on to be a successful singer on his own. He was in movies with like Men in Black and stuff like that. Don't ask me why Men in Black popped in my mind, but that one popped in my mind.
And what comedic thing did he do?
He's friends with Chris Tucker.
No, being friends with Chris Tucker.
No, but didn't he do something with Chris Tucker? I know Chris Tucker was in one of his music videos, but I imagine.
But did he put out was he part of like a musical
No,
comedy
but I don't
album?
think that was popular back. But it's pretty close.
Michael Jackson was famous in the 80s, though.
It's 4 out of 5, though. He was famous in the 90s.
And neither of these two have been alleged to diddle children.
Yeah. These two
Yes.
also basically got their start in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's also similar in that way. You know what I mean?
No.
I just when you were saying like solo to group to, it's 4 out of 5.
Yeah, but like
I get what
Doesn't
you're
count.
the one-to-one of being going to also be with friends who are in comedic musical groups.
Are you saying that they're so talented they can excel in anything? Kind of?
Well, not necessarily that, but also they both did basically the same thing. Band, solo, friends with comedic interest.
How good of a actor is David Grohl?
He played the devil in the Tenacious D movie.
Is that it though?
I don't know. I didn't look that much farther
There's
into it.
Justin Timberlake
I will tell you that.
The Social Network.
Yeah.
Friends with Benefits? No, it's the
Yep.
other one.
Yep.
Is it Friends with Benefits?
Yeah.
Or the-
Keep going. What else was he in?
He's also in the. Is he in the Troll movie?
Sure.
He was also in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Allegedly.
I don't know why I have
What
to.
else? Keep going.
I don't know.
Keep going. What else was he in?
I feel like a ton of other stuff.
Keep going, though.
No.
Do not Google any of this.
I'm not looking up his IMDb.
No, you must summon his IMDb.
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah, that's not unfair. I just think you're just describing two very talented people.
Well,
that had
name
similar-
two. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. These two had very similar careers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
But you're trying to throw Michael Jackson in the mix.
He hit 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. But he wasn't at both of. I would say that Michael Jackson was way more popular in his solo career than with the group. These two, in my mind, had an equal amount of popularity with their solo and their bands.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay. That's fair, yeah.
Because MJ just kept going.
I mean, MJ's also MJ. I'm not trying to. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Diddle children.
I get where you're coming from. I was just trying to throw in more, like, maybe that extends to not just those two, but maybe other people, because you're just describing very talented people. You know what I mean? Like, you formed a connection based on a radio show, right? Like, they came on the radio after one another?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, wow, that's very similar. I imagine that would go to a lot of different people. You know what I mean?
None that I could think of that are like that specific. Both 90s bands, then transferred to solo careers, then also happened to have friends who they were involved with who did specifically comedic music.
Can you think of anything, Jason? I mean, I
No.
can't. I'm just saying it. I'm just throwing it out there. That's fair.
Yeah, it would be like if Drake just joined some type of comedy music group now, because he went from Young Money, then he did. Or was that he did his solo thing?
Well,
Was he
Young
in a group?
Money was like a weird
Well, you're also forgetting Degrassi.
Yeah, he was in Degrassi.
That's what he got.
Well, he did it out of order then.
Yeah.
But like Young Money also wasn't like a group. Like they did Bedrock together, and they were
That was it.
well, they were supposed to do they were supposed to be a collaborative rap group,
Mhm.
but it just didn't kind of take off like that. It was Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne carrying the whole squad. So Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all I had for Dave Grohl.
Okay.
Very simple.
Interesting. You know what else is interesting? Amidst a sex scandal, New York makes weed legal because the governor of New York is amidst a sex scandal. So a lot of people are theorizing that he all of a sudden passed a bill to make the devil's lettuce legal to kind of take away, distract people.
Yeah, just chuck some jazz cabbage at them.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, good that New York has legal weed. I assume it's going to bring in a ton of tax revenue. So,
do you know how pissed I am at Ned Lamont and everyone in charge of Connecticut?
There's a lot of people very mad at Ned Lamont.
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
Massachusetts is already legal.
Okay.
Jersey passed it recently.
It was last year, right?
Last year.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was legal in Jersey.
Yeah, they
I never pay attention to Jersey. So.
Yeah, Jersey's state anyway, so.
And now New York. Connecticut should have been the first.
What about Rhode Island?
Who cares about them?
Yeah, yeah.
There's like 10 people in the whole state.
They don't know what pizza is. So we would have had all the people coming from New York. We would have had all the people coming from Massachusetts. Yeah, it's technically illegal, but Connecticut would have made so much money if we were the first ones in this area.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
just from sales of marijuana.
Do you think there's a reason why it's not legal in Connecticut? Like there's a political reason?
I don't think so.
Lamont ran on legalizing it.
Yeah, I think it's just a very, very slow process because medical is legal, just not recreational.
That took some time in Connecticut.
Medical's been legal for a while.
Okay. Yeah. But that we were also late to the party on that, right? Too.
I feel like we always drag our feet here.
I don't think so.
We just wait for like New York to like do something, and then we're like, yeah.
I mean, like Connecticut is a weird state. Like, I don't think it. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I thought it was cool that.
Do you know you can get high off a nutmeg?
What?
Allegedly.
How do you know? First-hand experience?
We're the nutmeg state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other conclusive evidence to support that?
I mean, it is a thing. You can't get high off of it.
You can?
Yeah. I don't think it's a good high or that extreme, but...
No such thing as a good high. DARE program from elementary school.
Damn.
Got him.
I'll never marijuanas.
Well, do you want to talk about like two of New York's biggest stars right now?
Who?
Katie and Michael Rappaport, even though they're both not from New York.
That makes sense.
Also, Michael Rappaport is not New York's biggest star, but it was a good segue. I'm going to take it.
Yeah, it was an okay segue.
Aren't the Nets in Jersey?
No, they moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Jay-Z owns
10 years ago, maybe?
They're going to say like every hipster in the world.
No, but that too.
Shout out Brooklyn.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant, famous basketball player, right?
Allegedly.
Okay. Then do you guys know who Michael Rappaport is? Famous comedian?
Allegedly.
No?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him before. I don't know what I've seen him in, but
I've seen his face.
Insta.
Does he just go on like rants?
Yeah. Jason will also know him. He's on ESPN a lot. He's a he'll be a sports commentator a lot of times.
No, I do not know him from that whatsoever.
Oh, really?
100%, yeah.
He has a ton of sports takes, but he's also like, even though he's a comedian, he's kind of like a professional shit talker. Like he brought a broom, or he tried to bring a broom into like the Cavs game when they were going to sweep one of the teams or something like that. So it was trying to like sweep them up. And he has a podcast. He just talks a lot of shit, right? Mm-hmm. Which is fine. That's how you want to make your career. That's how you make your career. Him and Kevin Durant got into a long Twitter exchange. I guess Kevin Durant kind of sent him DMs.
About what?
Jason, do you want to pull up the actual tweets?
Yeah, I will.
I could kind of describe them but basically
I was just scrolling through his IMDb to figure out why I know him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but yeah, so Rappaport tweeted, right? Yeah, it is Rappaport. Okay. He tweeted, Katie seemed deeply in his feelings with the @NBA on TNT crew after the game. Damn it, he's super sensitive about everything. Don't do interviews. And then I guess apparently Katie came back and said, you a bitch, ... And he said, just do the fucking interview. And if you're upset about something they've said, say something. Up there looking like you were going to cry and shit.
Okay, let's take a pause real quick. So Michael Rappaport initiated it. Basically, a few years ago, Kevin Durant had an interview with the TNT crew. So Shaq, Charles Barkley, everyone. And I guess he looked sensitive or something. I don't know. Michael Rappaport taking a shot at Katie.
Yeah, this tweet was from back in December.
Okay, continue.
He goes, I did the interview, you dickhead. Tell your baby daddy, Chuck, to be better at his job and frame his questions better. He gave me 2 questions for that dumbass. He gave me 2 options for that dumbass question. Yes or no.
Okay, so basically just going after an interview.
Talking about Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
Well, he is good with words.
Yeah.
And then I guess he put up a picture, or somebody put up a picture. I really can't see it because the screenshot cuts off half of it. And I just see it just says, I don't know why they still ask for this idiot's opinion. And then, oh, that must have been Katie that said that. And then he like commented on it and said, if someone called Easy Money Sniper an idiot, he would literally cry on TV. That's his Twitter handle, Katie's. And then Katie replies with, I heard it all before, you cunt. Chuck doesn't need
Hard
you
C word right there.
as security, you pale, pasty, cum guzzling bitch. Quality
Gross.
insult.
All right.
Quality insult. I swear I'm gonna spit in your face when I see your dirty ass. Bet your life on it. Meet me on with 17th tomorrow at 10, or better yet, what's your address? 10 a.m. at Catch Steaks on the corner. Meet me there.
Jason sounds
Come
really
on.
white reading this.
Pussy. You call your lawyer like a pussy, like the pussy you are. There's a lot of laughing in the next one. You couldn't talk. You couldn't talk. You couldn't. Oh my God. I cannot fucking read. This is awful. You couldn't talk Portnoy talking shit. Deformation of character. Bunch of laughing, crying emojis. Pussy ass. Want a lawyer up. Your wife mad as fuck because you wasting that little bitch of a money on a lawyer because you can't take a joke. Ha ha ha. How pussy are you? Your wife doesn't even respect your bitch ass.
We could stop it there.
No, I want to hear the rest.
Oh,
of it.
that's all. Those are the only 4 screenshots that
So
we're
to
given.
give context, Michael Rappaport.
No. We don't need context. Everyone clearly understood all
you
that.
You understood what that
Yeah.
was? So Michael Rappaport used to be part of Barstool Sports, which is fine. He got fired. And then Barstool put out a T-shirt with Michael Rappaport's face and like a clown nose, and then alleged he had herpes on his lip or something. What do you got there?
No, I figured out where I remember him from.
Where is he from?
He's plays one of the characters' boyfriends on Friends.
Yes, he's the cop.
Yeah, he's a
the
cop.
cop of Phoebe.
Yep.
So, yeah. So basically, Michael Rappaport lost his lawsuit of defamation of character. And basically, a lot of people are like, oh, you couldn't take a joke. And it seems like Michael Rappaport put out these private DMs between him and Katie. And a lot of people are speculating that the only reason Michael Rappaport did this was to take attention away from him getting made fun of for losing his lawsuit. And Katie, Katie had a lot of things to say, inappropriate things. Do you think it was unwarranted? Do you think that was okay?
Guy's coming at him.
Michael Rappaport coming at
Yeah,
Katie?
he's coming at KD. What is he supposed to do? Just
Yeah, it's also like a private DM. Like you're going to say things that probably there's a reason why it's not public.
yeah, and those are screenshots, right? We don't know what happened before.
Yeah, they're all screenshots.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened after.
You
He
could
could have
al-
been egging him on for the longest time.
You could have also deleted messages. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people speculated that Michael Rappaport at a certain point looked like he was going to try and like he started saying things like I think he was like go take care of the children in a certain area or something.
Yeah, he said Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that screenshot right now.
It was just I don't know, it was crazy. So I thought it was an interesting topic, but a lot of people are upset with KD basically saying like, why'd you say all these disgusting things? But I mean, he's shit talking, right?
What did he say that was like offensive besides like calling him
A cum guzzling, a pale, pasty, cum guzzling bitch.
Yeah, I mean those are just adjectives.
I think you're going to hurt the other person. So you're saying things that will upset them.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily trying to hurt anyone else's feelings. Like if people took some of those words and like, I don't like those words, you're not trying to say it publicly to anyone else. You're trying to say it privately to this person that you know will bother them.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably a little out of bounds to go talk about Michael Rappaport's wife, though, which is what Michael Rappaport, I guess, got upset about. Which is fair. But probably not okay that he shared the DMs, though. That seems like a very soft move.
And he was very targeted too. Like he's like, why even start it if you're going to just share what happened after?
Yeah, it's a really soft
Unless you
move.
weren't going to, yeah.
And if you make your career based on like shit talking everyone else, you kind of got to take it.
You talk
right?
if you're talking that he's soft and you're like, look at his DMs he sent me.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Yeah, like Rappaport put this all on Instagram, and then Katie even commented and said, "I would never fight Mike. The Portnoy thing was too far. I see. My bad. I apologize." And the next comment goes, "Wow, you acting brand new now. Like we've been talking like this for years, and you get serious today. Wow." Shake my head.
Yeah, it's so we also don't know their relationship. Maybe they do have a friendly relationship, and then they kind of got upset with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's all out of context. Katie had to pay $50,000 to the NBA for a fine. So I don't know. Probably not warranted. Yeah. So let's talk about a real asshole. Another transition. Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz.
This is kind of all coming down the woodwork. So allegedly, Matt Gaetz paid for underage women to fly to different states and different locations to have sex with them. I heard today.
Interesting.
Wait, what were they?
They were 17. Yeah, underage girls. Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you for catching me on that. Because I do that too. I say women when I mean girls. They were girls. You're right.
It's what the conservative media wants you to think.
Yeah, they were.
Whoever's guilty, they try and play him up like they're older when really they are children.
So you guys heard about this story, right?
Oh, yeah.
This broke last week. Kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's alleged. It's an ongoing investigation. So I don't know how we talk about this, but apparently the Republican Party is
shunning him,
backing away, which basically kind of signals that they know he's guilty of
this. If they're backing away, then it's like there must be some receipts. Like he did it.
Justin, you and your QAnon people were right. There was a sex scandal in politics.
It's almost like all these people who are accusing the other people of doing these crazy things. I wonder where they got the ideas.
Yeah.
It was like a mirror and they're like, no, it's the libs.
I was just going to say they picked the wrong party. Like it was clearly Matt Gaetz. Did you see his face?
Like how he looks normally?
Yeah, how he looks normally.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say a guy looks guilty right away, but when I see his face, I'm like, oh, that dude's guilty.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's actual like Apple Pay and Venmo receipts.
Oh my God.
Like, dumbass.
Yeah, like some of the women have come forward and been like, yeah, here are the receipts, and it's all electric. Why wouldn't you pay in cash? Apparently, he paid some in cash. But,
well, he's dumb.
Fucking moron.
Yeah, so
and his story keeps like evolving with the information that comes out. It was like, yeah, I always he was like talking about how he was a bachelor, so it's like, yeah, I treat my ex-girlfriends with respect and all this. And then did you see I forget where it was, but he was talking in the third person. He goes, Matt Gaetz would never like have sex with underage women, or he specifically said like underage women, like kept saying young women, and it's like, no, dude, you're talking to children.
Yeah, that's really gross. I don't.
Yikes.
What is the attraction to underage girls too? Like why? Because how old is Matt Gaetz, Jason? Can you look?
Probably in his 30s.
Is he in his 30s?
Well, what's the age they're under for president?
He is 38.
He's 38?
He is.
Holy shit, he looks young for 38. God damn.
Don't compliment him.
I'm not trying to compliment him because he still looks like an asshole. He looks like he was JV on his college lacrosse team and then like pledged to his fraternity. Like he looks really bad. He's in politics because of his dad's money. His dad's rich and that's what he's riding his coattails on.
So he's a politician.
Yeah.
Like every other politician.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't understand. Like, if you're 38, even if this happened a few years, I don't know the exact dates on this, but what is the fascination with somebody that's 17? That's so gross to me.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Like, to switch to our next story, the Catch Me Outside girl.
How about that?
Yeah. So she turned 18. Instantly broke records on OnlyFans. She started an OnlyFans. She made $1 million in a day, which,
damn,
I mean, like, good for her. But at the same time, like, why were all these older men attracted to a young girl?
Were they all older men?
I would assume most of the people on OnlyFans that subscribed to her OnlyFans had to be older men.
No, not necessarily.
You don't think like a majority of them?
They could just be fans of her.
Yeah, but like who?
Fans of her.
What would you say the percentage is?
Right? She writes music, sings music, does music.
She does music.
She is a personality.
Yeah, I mean, she's a rapper.
How many like followers does she have on like social media and stuff?
I wouldn't know that off the top of my head.
You sure, John? I feel like you would.
If she has millions,
I don't care about Catch Me Outside girl. I'm just disgusted by the fact that people subscribe to her OnlyFans on day one. I mean,
You're surprised?
I don't care that she started an OnlyFans. I want to make that clear. Like, do whatever you want to do. Like, make your money. That's fine.
She has 17.3 million followers on
Jesus
Instagram.
Christ.
So yeah, and how much money does she make?
$1 million.
$1 million.
And how does OnlyFans work?
So it's a subscription service. So basically, you pay to sign up. And
Okay,
then
so
you get content
here you
every
go.
single.
And how much does she? How
Hold
much
on.
is the subscription?
Hold on. Because she posted the thing on Instagram. And so for subscription, she made $757,526.08 via subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
$5,502.35 via tips.
Mm-hmm.
And $267,675 via messages.
So people sent her money.
Okay.
Yeah, they tipped her.
Okay. Because like when you send people money, you get like private messages and stuff like that, right? Depending on who you
I
subscribe
don't
to.
know how OnlyFans works.
I'm not really
Apparently
sure. to be
John
honest.
does.
I don't.
Seems like it.
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't understand.
How much is a monthly subscribe?
I believe they vary via people. So I mean, I guess I'll look.
I need
here
to
we
know
go.
because I'm gonna divide 750K.
Ooh, $23.99.
Jesus
Bye-bye.
Christ.
24.
And what do you
So
got?
it's 31,000.
So 31,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So she has 17 million followers on Instagram.
Mhm.
So 31,000, if we do some quick maths, so 17, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, divided by 30, we'll just say 2,000.
I don't know where you're getting these numbers from. I think you're just making them up.
Oh, wait, I got to do 32,000 into 17 million. Damn it.
I think he messed up.
I
the
know
math.
math.
I just wanted
Yes.
to talk about, like, because the Catch Me Outside girl looks young. She doesn't look 18, right?
Not gonna lie, never knew she was not 18. Always thought she was older.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see, like, the only reason I knew is because she started a rap career. And, like, I'm a little bit into the rap game, you know, I understand it.
We all
yes.
can tell just by looking at it.
John
Favorite
spits
artist, Drake?
bars on the regular. We'll
Well,
link
he-
his SoundCloud below. Give it a listen.
Could you imagine I start a SoundCloud rapper?
What do
I
you mean?
believe in it.
You have one.
I'd talk about going to school every single day.
Yeah, we'll link it below,
I
guys.
never miss school.
Wait, you're 27. When do you go to school?
I don't know. I was talking about, like, because you would talk about.
Hey,
your
he can go to
youth.
night school. He's bettering himself.
Yeah.
Well, I'd also like to point out out of the 17 million followers,
Okay.
and it was like 17.1 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
If you have 0.00 or what is it? 0.19% of her followers followed her OnlyFans,
Okay.
then that's the money she made from subscriptions.
Okay.
So it's not that much seeing how big of a social media presence she has.
Yeah, but like
I mean, that's also only Instagram too. You got to figure there's probably more on Twitter and
yeah, and stuff
whatever
like
else she's on.
I'm also like, I feel like the most people that subscribed to her were older men. And also there's a story behind this because I remember, Matt Vaughn was talking about this on a podcast, and he was in a music video with her. And this is another reason I knew she was young, is he was in a music video with her, and she did a music song where like there was
Music song.
music video. she did music with him, right?
Yeah.
And
Made
he
musical
was-
tunes.
He played like a predator on her music video, and basically the point of the song was Bad Baby being an underage girl felt like there was a lot of older men trying to get with her, like sending her messages online, and that was the point of the thing. And Matt Vaughn even talked about how some of his friends sent him messages basically like, oh, she's so hot, can you hook me up with her? And he was like, this
She's
is
a
weird, like she's a
child.
girl. Yeah, so it's shocking to me that she starts an OnlyFans, and you know what I mean, these older, like,
Why is it shocking though?
I just don't understand the fascination with like underage women.
Oh, I
or
did find
girls.
something here. I can't prove where it's from, but Matt Gaetz also subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, he unsubscribed once he found out she was actually 18.
Too old for her.
Yeah, too old.
It's gross to me. You know what I mean? Like you have Matt Gaetz coming out. You have Bad Baby is her name, right? Catch Me Outside.
Sure.
Girl?
Sure.
Barbie.
Sure.
It's a Bobby.
Bobby?
Bobby.
Bob.
Like shrimp on the bobby.
Yeah.
Maybe you're more in the rap game than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have it written down somewhere.
Do I?
Maybe.
Probably.
The world will never know.
Yeah, but no,
she broke the record in 6 hours, though.
good for
crazy.
her.
I don't know.
It's not surprising. It's the world we live in.
Yeah, I don't.
It's weird that like there's a countdown timer to the age of 18, and then it's like free game.
Yeah, it was weird. That's. I'm just shocked by that. Like it just grosses.
She doesn't
me out.
even look old though. Like she looks like a child.
Jason, was he not listening to me this whole time? That's what I said before.
Oh, that's
right?
what I'm
No,
ramping
he
into.
doesn't. He doesn't listen.
Oh, what
It's
do you
like
got?
it's like if you find I don't understand people who find girls attractive. Wouldn't you want a woman?
Yeah,
It's like grow the fuck up.
I would date
Be a
somebody like
man, not a boy.
that. Yeah. Where's this going?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay. Well, do we want to talk about an actual woman? Switching gears back into politics, AOC,
Yeah.
woman.
Ooh, politics.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Godzilla.
Oh, you want to talk about Godzilla versus King Kong?
I don't know. We could talk about AOC.
Let's talk about AOC real quick.
All right.
Because this is like kind of interesting. And this is like basically all that I've understood about this politics.
For the listeners at home who don't know what AOC stands for, it's always on communism.
Well, that might not be the case anymore.
Dun dun.
So AOC tried to send money to vulnerable Democrats like across the nation.
Mhm.
So
To try and like seize the means of production.
no,
Oh.
so like moderate Democrats, right? People that typically don't like her, and they sent the money back, basically saying they don't want to be called. Most of them sent the money back saying they don't want to be called socialist, right?
Mhm.
The reason why, allegedly, based on this is all speculation,
Mm-hmm.
AOC wanted to get on she wanted to be in a like, what is it called? Like a judiciary commission or something like that.
Sure.
She wanted to be on like a seat. She wanted to have more power within her house, right?
Mhm.
And she got voted out of it by her other Democrats. They voted for a more moderate Democrat.
What?
Yeah.
The Democrats?
Shocked.
More
right?
moderate?
They don't like her.
Were they reaching across the aisle and jerking off the Republicans too?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, nice.
But they don't like AOC, right? So now all of a sudden it seems like AOC is kind of placating some of those moderate Democrats. Instead of voting for those more liberal ideals, which people like her for, it seems like she's trying to...
Oh, she's a... No.
Yeah.
I actually liked her.
Yeah, like it's starting to seem like AOC is starting to go the way of, I want to stay in power.
Yeah.
I don't want to...
You got to do what Bernie does and just keep yelling things all the time.
Yeah, like I don't understand. People voted you in. You're very popular. You're one of the, I think, the most popular politician in the country right now, right?
Mhm.
That's because of your value.
Especially with QAnon.
Yeah. Yes. Although they might take a back seat with the Matt Gaetz stuff coming out.
No, it's a conspiracy by the left too.
Okay. But it's just disappointing that it seems like maybe she's abandoning some of her values and not taking on establishment Democrats, which people like,
Mhm.
to kind of placate them. And she's, once you give up your values, like 1 inch on your values, how much longer till you just become a regular politician, right?
You give a mouse a cookie.
She's also got ranked one of the most ineffective politicians because she put up 22 bills for amendments or such like that, right?
Yeah.
And none of them got voted on, none of them got passed, nothing like that. Which, I mean, like, she's not a very popular person in the House right now. You can understand that, but keep
Mhm.
trying. Like, don't abandon those principles just because you're not getting anything done.
It's funny because she doesn't need to impress. Well, I mean, she does, but also she doesn't need to impress the people she works with. She needs to impress the people who vote her in every time. If they keep voting her in every time,
Yeah, who cares?
it shows that the people are looking for this.
And if you keep supporting more progressive candidates in those districts and they keep, there's more and more progressive politicians that support your ideals, suddenly you have more power. In that.
Yeah, and then you get the support, and then people are like, "Hey, I like this."
Yeah, exactly. So
and then communism comes.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to vote AOC out. I mean, she's the face of the Liberal Party right now. So if you're a liberal, you'd probably want her out.
Out?
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
kick her
like
out?
if she starts abandoning those principles and starts becoming more moderate.
Well, there's two ideas here where it could go. Either she's just abandoning them and going from there, or she's gaming the system.
Mhm.
If you want to get a little conspiratorial here, she's gaming the system to get more support and then
she's gonna
slowly
throw.
push it to the left.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I wouldn't be upset if people all of a sudden were like, you know what? We're done with AOC. You
That's
know?
fine. If she's gonna give up her morals and just go standard.
Yeah. I imagine the people that gave her money, because she gets all her money from small dollar donations, wouldn't be happy to know that she gave that money to less than moderate candidates.
I wouldn't mind that.
You wouldn't?
No, because like if you're supporting your team, you're looking at it as like, I'm supporting you so you could support me. Like you're trying to throw out an olive branch and then
Try and
get other people in. But like if they don't want anything with you and you're going to sacrifice your things to get on their level, well, I don't give a shit if I'm in her district, and I don't give a shit about what they're doing across the country. Like you don't need to succumb to them. You should be helping what we want.
Okay. So you're trying to say like give money to them and maybe they'll support you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get people on your side. Don't succumb to their side.
We'll see. I'm sure she's up for election soon. I think in another 2 years or so. But you wanted to talk about Godzilla versus Kong?
Yeah.
Jason, did you watch it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, we're going to spoil it
Do
for
you care?
No, not really.
All right. Well,
Okay, don't worry about it.
You're not going to understand anything even after you watch it.
There's not a plot.
That's fair.
Justin, what do you want to ask me specifically? Do you have any questions?
Didn't you have a theory about Godzilla like a few movies ago? You sent into another podcast.
I did.
And they said your name wrong.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They're
So you want me to tell that story on this podcast?
Yeah.
So one of my favorite podcasts, maybe one of your, I don't want to speak for you guys.
Don't speak for me.
Okay. So the Weekly Planet, they do
It's one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah. It's a good podcast. Probably the best. I think it's the inspiration for this podcast. They do a great job. They talk about comics and like nerdy stuff, and they talk about Godzilla versus Kong. And
Don't pitch them too hard. We can't lose followers.
We're not losing anyone. We're gaining.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. But I sent in I actually got them in trouble. So I sent in a theory to them saying, hey, do you think Godzilla is pregnant? And if so, Godzilla will die in this movie. It was Godzilla versus the monsters. It was Ghidorah or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was
the three-headed dragon thingy, right?
The three-headed dragon. Okay. Godzilla versus the three-headed dragon. And I said, I think Godzilla looks pregnant. Do you think Godzilla dies, gives birth to a child, then dies, and then the child grows up to fight Kong? Because Kong at that point was smaller than Godzilla. He was like half the size. And then they were gearing up for Godzilla versus Kong. Right?
Yes.
That podcast got a lot of hate for just acknowledging the idea that Godzilla might be a female.
Yeah. There's the social Jonathan Warrior over here trying to push the liberal agenda on our Kong or our Godzilla.
Don't male seahorses give birth?
They do, yeah.
How dare you?
It could have been a male seahorse kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
also, why are you body shaming Godzilla?
Yeah, that's what they said on the podcast, the Weekly Planet. They kind of roasted me a little bit. They're like, wow, I don't think you're supposed to make those assumptions.
What if Godzilla's just thick?
He was kind of thick. He's a big boy.
Big boy.
But you and me watched Godzilla versus Kong together.
Yeah. It was.
What do you think?
I was very upset with the fight scenes.
Okay.
But it's a great if you're gonna watch it with a group of people and riff on it the entire time.
Justin was talking to me because I had seen it just before he saw it, and then we watched it together again. And he was like looking at me, he was like, "Why is this happening?" I said, "Just don't ask any questions." So Jason, there's one point, right? They got to go into the Hollow Earth.
Yes, to get Godzilla.
No, they had to get Kong like a weapon or like a power source.
Yeah, they had to bring him home.
It makes no sense, right? So Kong's going into Hollow Earth. And then they shoot down a literal butthole into the Hollow Earth. You remember that wormhole?
Yeah, there's a wormhole.
Okay.
There was a wormhole, right? To go into the Hollow Earth. Don't know why. It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, they have like these spaceships now that like are anti-gravity things. Everything's rooted in reality. And then they pull out these anti-gravity like blue spaceship things to go into the center of the Hollow Earth, which they shoot down the butthole wormhole. And then they're in there, and then like eventually like Kong finds this axe which is made from like a Godzilla spine or something. So then Godzilla's like he like activates it. He puts the thing in the hole. You know,
Okay.
you know what happens when you put the thing in the hole and then Godzilla's upset.
Yeah.
So Godzilla decides to do what, John?
Wait. How do you think? So Kong is in the center of the earth, right?
Okay.
And he has to get to Hong Kong to fight Godzilla in a matter of a minute. How do you think he gets there?
He clearly just swims the other way out the other side of the earth.
No, Godzilla shoots a giant laser breath down to the center of the earth and opens up a giant hole to the center of the earth, and Kong climbs up it.
Yeah, there's no wormhole coming back.
What?
Yeah, it made no sense.
Who won? Or was it
It was a draw.
Oh, was it a...
Well, actually, Godzilla
Okay, wait.
won.
So we're gonna go into
Was it a
spoilers.
Was it a Rocky freeze frame?
That's what I said.
Oh, no.
It should have been like the end of Rocky 3 where they both like go for a punch.
I couldn't remember if it was
So
3 or 4.
They fought technically 3 times. Twice in the last fight.
One was in water though.
Yeah,
That
one
didn't
was in
really
water. Godzilla won. Which also, why did they weigh like 100 tons? They stood on a aircraft carrier. It doesn't make any sense.
No, John,
that's
it's
completely acceptable.
buoyant.
Godzilla won the first fight, and then
Okay.
the second fight, Kong, I guess, won, but then Godzilla immediately got back up. So Kong got the second round, and then Godzilla won the third round. He broke his shoulder and almost killed Kong, right?
He just dislocated it.
But then Mecha Godzilla shows up. So the reason why Godzilla is freaking out and getting all upset is the humans are building Mecha Godzilla.
Yes.
So they built Mechagodzilla in order to
Stop
fight
Godzilla.
Yeah, to fight the Titans.
Understandable.
So they used the skull of Ghidorah
Yeah.
to like telepathically
three-headed
connect.
dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
To connect with the Mechagodzilla. So that's why Godzilla is like freaking out, trying to kill everyone. Because he's not the hero anymore. Because he's going on a rampage. Because he sees this predator. He feels the Ghidorah brain.
Understandable.
So they were able to build Mechagodzilla. They're able to power him for like a tiny amount of seconds. So they need a power source. Where's there a power source? Center of the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, of course.
So you know what they do? They send a team that's with the regular team that has King Kong. They're like, yeah, we're gonna bring him here, and then he's gonna go find his way home. And then they drill part of the like energy source. So they have the energy source. What do you got the energy source now? So what are you gonna do?
You would put in Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, so they email what it's made out of to the people, and they're able to power him now.
Yeah, it made no sense. I like the fight scenes. So you didn't like the fight scenes. You didn't think there was any weight behind it?
Yeah, literally like... Jason, do you remember in the Power Rangers movie, the newer one?
Yeah, we don't like to talk about that one.
Well, no, the fight scene, when they were all like, it's morphin' time, and then they fight with the big, like the gold.
The Zords, and they fight Goldar.
So when they're punching each other, there's some weight behind those punches. Like it's slow and it's coming in, and then
yeah.
These Godzilla and King Kong are moving around so fast, and the buildings are falling so fast, and everything. Like these are huge buildings in Japan or China. Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, same thing. But
yeah. China, Hong Kong.
Like everything's falling. They're moving around like Tyson. Like it doesn't really.
They're like, nice and nimble.
Yeah.
Twinkle toes out there.
It doesn't. You don't feel the mass of these huge titans fighting each other.
Understandable. Yeah.
It was not a good movie. It's
great to make fun of though. It's a fun. It's a fun bad movie.
You just watch it and I don't know. It wasn't good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just.
It's a good time, but not a great time.
You don't think about anything.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Apparently Hong Kong has a giant hole to the center of the earth now.
Yeah, but if you want to go to the other side, you have to like go through a wormhole.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
That made no sense.
What are you talking about? That makes complete sense.
Oh, there are humans there.
Put a wormhole in it. Oh yeah,
there's humans.
It's so dumb.
Oh, and conspiracy theorists are good now.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, one of the guys in the hero of the show has a podcast.
Yeah,
where he talks about conspiracy theories.
Yeah, because conspiracy theories are good. Like make them the positive people nowadays.
Yeah,
shout out Q.
Right. Sounds about right.
All right,
but like the people behind it, like I will admit the like expressions of Kong are like, dude, stone cold.
Yeah. Jason, why don't you talk
Sounds
about
like a quality beer break we have right here. So today we're drinking Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA from El Segundo Brewing Company out in California.
Cool. Wait, El Segundo is California? I figured it'd be Texas.
No, it's California.
Yes.
Wait, what? Brewed and canned for El Segundo Brewing Company by New Realm Brewing Company in Virginia Beach.
That's not anywhere close to what you said.
That is worded so weirdly. It's brewed and canned for them by another company in another place. But
the recipe was made in Idaho, and then
Segundo is out in California, though. But that's besides the point.
It's
a city in California. I know it's in Cali. But yeah, so it's a Broken Skull Indian Pale Ale by Steve Lawson. You guys want to know how I came upon this?
How did you come upon this?
So I found an article on different things WWE wrestlers promote.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, of course, Dallas Diamond Page Yoga came up. DDP Yoga, quality.
Good.
I brought up what Ric Flair is now a part of that Justin, you just obtained.
The shoes?
The shoes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was on that list. There's a couple others. And then there was Stone Cold Steve Austin and his beer company, or beer that he endorses.
I thought he also had like a tequila company.
I'm not positive about that one.
Mm.
He did have that TV show, right? Where like,
Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah.
He also has a podcast, I believe, called Broken Skull.
He's
or something along
us
the
with
lines.
the podcast.
We got to stop endorsing other podcasts on this.
No, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's fine.
I think the cool thing about podcasts, though, is like there's enough time for everything. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with promoting another podcast because
maybe they'll listen to ours for promoting them.
Like, I think there's enough time in the day.
Hi, Jason.
You guys enjoy this? I thoroughly enjoy this.
How many glass breaks out of Stunner shakes?
I give it 8 Coors Lights smashed poured over his head.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's my rating scale.
Okay, I'll allow it. John?
Okay. I'll give it a 3.
It is 6.7%.
It has a weird taste to it, though. Like, there's a weird, like...
It's the Broken Skull, isn't it? Or, sorry, it's the rattlesnake juice.
Ah.
I don't know. There's just something that, like, kind of, like, throws me off about it. Like, it's not like I can't just sit here and enjoy this all day, and it's not something I would go back to.
Interesting.
Yeah, I will agree. I am not the biggest fan of this, so I'm going to give it 3 out of 16.
Very goofy scale.
Yeah, that was an
Austin 316.
Ah.
There it is.
Okay, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about voting restrictions in Georgia. Well, might be expanding to other states.
Cool.
First off, what do you guys think? Like, what's your, like, do you have a preference for, like, voting registration? Do you guys not know anything about it? Like,
they should not give them any food or water at all.
God damn.
Fuck them. They should come already. Shit. They should come already fed, already drank water.
I got to be honest. I don't know why that's like a main talking point in this whole thing.
Because if people are standing there drinking liberal tears or some, I don't know. Well, it's dumb.
I have to be
let people vote.
I have to be completely honest. I tried my best to research this to understand the bill that was passed. A lot of this is very political and bipartisan. So a lot of news companies, if they have a very political ideology they try to push, they'll push it one way or another. So it's tough to kind of get the facts of what this bill actually is. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. And I'm not that smart. So that's another reason why I couldn't understand it. So I couldn't really understand it. So I'm trying my best to just kind of point out what this bill is while trying to have an educated talk about it. Is that fair?
Yes.
I'm admitting I'm an idiot right up front.
Everybody already
tell the folks at home
to admit it.
They heard you say Suez the other week.
Yeah, they got it. So voters will now have less time to request absentee ballots. That went from 6 months to 72 days. How do you guys feel about that?
Just keep go through the list.
Go through. There are now strict new ID requirements for absentee ballots. It's now illegal for election officials to mail out absentee ballot applications to all voters. Drop boxes still exist, but barely. This is all coming from. I'll list the link down below. Mobile voting centers are essentially banned. Early voting is expanded. I can't talk neither, Jason. Early voting is expanded in a lot of small counties, but probably in more populous ones. So basically, like, it's expanded, but it's going to be tougher in those more populated areas. Offering food or water, Jason's favorite thing to talk about, to voters waiting in line now risks misdemeanor charges.
Thank God.
I don't know why this is getting brought up a lot. There's a lot of discrepancies with this. I was watching the Georgia governor talk about it. He's like, no, we want to give out water, but we don't want to give it out in a certain area. Or it was something weird.
Do you know why they don't want to do it?
Why?
Because if you have like urban areas where they take away a lot of voting places and you either have to be inside in a cramped area or outside waiting in the hot sun, they don't want their thing is they don't want to give people water because then it de-incentive or because if the people are hydrated and able to wait for
They
the
won't
time,
leave.
yeah, they
That's
want them to
basically what it
leave
sounds
and not vote. And if they're using the excuse of, oh, well, if somebody with like a Democrat shirt hands them a water, they're going to be like, oh, now my whole political ideology is changing because of this one bottle of water.
I don't understand because you said the original absentee was 6 months, right?
Yeah. So
Where
like,
the fuck did they get 72 days? You're giving, right? That's what you said. 72
yeah,
days?
it's restricted.
So they have 2 months and a week and a half. Why not just cut it in half and say 90 days? Like where? I just want to know why they got 72. It's such an odd random.
They probably looked at the numbers and it was like 90 days was like enough time for people to get their shit together.
Okay, that's understandable.
To kind of talk about this, it's well documented. It's well documented. Both Republicans and Democrats try to do whatever they can to make sure that their voting bloc votes and the other voting bloc doesn't. Right?
Yeah, of course.
But it's much more well documented that Republicans do it better. Should we just say that with gerrymandering and stuff like this? So it's alleged that Republicans got a report on how certain ethnic groups vote and tried to figure out ways to make those voting ways illegal or harder to do.
Yep.
So basically a lot of this is targeted at black voters that typically vote Democrat, and trying to make it harder for them. So they're cutting down those absentee ballots. They also made it so that way normally they send out a pamphlet basically saying, hey, fill this out if you want an absentee ballot to any registered voter. They're not going to do that anymore. Now you have to request to get that. So,
which is dumb.
Yeah. It does seem from a very uneducated point that they're trying to make it harder to vote. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
They're also using the veil of the election fraud from the last election to do all this when there wasn't any.
I don't know. I understand it's a very complicated bill to understand, and I'm trying not to put my own personal opinions in it, but like it really does seem like a lot of these bills are being passed in a way to kind of restrict voting and control their districts because Georgia went Democratic in the last presidential election. So that's something that was pretty shocking. And I'm sure they don't want that to happen again. So
what it should be is if you have the right to vote, your vote should be counted.
Whoa. Says who?
Fair.
Me.
It's also crazy that at 18 you have to register to vote.
Yeah, you should be given like as soon as you turn 18.
Isn't it Canada?
Yeah, Canada
does it.
Well, isn't that how the draft works? Like, as soon as you turn 18, you're automatically...
No, you have to, in order to vote, you have to enlist to be a part of the draft as well.
Oh, you have to... Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally just thought it was, hey, you're 18. Yeah, come fight.
I did it in high school when I was 17 because I was going to be 18 for the next presidential election. So you can vote, you can register to vote, and on 18, that's when you're able to vote. And... yeah, you were right. When you register to vote, that's when you sign up for the draft, which is crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It should just be an automatic thing.
It should be an automatic
thing. You would
thing.
think it's in the Constitution?
I don't think it is, but
no, there's something about voting in there.
I didn't bring in my Constitution.
Yeah,
bring it in.
We need
next
your
time.
pocket-sized Constitution.
There's actually some racist things in the Constitution about voting.
What, in America?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Get out of here.
I gotta pull it up. I gotta bring it next time. But yeah, it's it is crazy. Like you would think you would want as many people to vote, and then you just
No. If you have minority ideas and minority beliefs of how government should be ran, you don't want everyone to vote.
Yeah.
That's how you win. But if the majority of people want things a certain way, then the minority is never gonna win.
Yeah, I think this is probably wrong. They were pointing to other states. One of them was Connecticut, that you had to actually show an ID to
What? I
vote.
show my driver's license.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
but in a lot of states, that's not actually what happens. You don't show your driver's license. You don't show any form of ID. You just say your name and you go and vote.
Why not?
Why?
But they should. Why do I have to go to the DMV?
That's fair.
It's so dumb. I think in New York they just mail you it.
They mail you your
What,
license?
your license?
Yeah,
I couldn't say.
I'm pretty sure they do. I'll find out this weekend.
Interesting.
Okay, that's fair.
But like, why do I have to go wait in line? Do you know how angry I look in my driver's license photo? I'm pissed. I had to wait in line because they changed it from the AAA and it's dumb.
When you were in high school, switching gears, when you were in high school, did you like smile for your first driver license?
I've never smiled in my life.
Okay, so that's
No,
enough.
you always look miserable. It's a
Yeah.
mugshot.
Yeah, because well, I did because they tell you.
Ah, of course you did.
Well, they tell you like in
I'm
case.
so happy for my.
No, I didn't smile.
Ah,
No, you can look at my license.
no, recently.
No, I swear, like right up the gun. I didn't because they told me they were like, you don't smile when you get pulled over, and this is to identify you when you get pulled over.
No,
so-
we're not that rich.
Okay, that's fair. But to kind of switch it, so voter IDs basically try and control. Basically, you have to pay to go get an ID, right?
You do, correct. Hey, so fun facts. Not every state calls it the DMV.
Do you know what they call it?
Sadness.
It's all different. Some call it Department of Motor Vehicles, which is DMV. Some call it Division of Motor Vehicles. Give me a state, I'll tell you what they call it.
Division of Motor Vehicles?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not,
It's not
a
a
state,
state,
yet.
dumbass.
That's a completely different conversation for another day. No, no.
Give me a state.
Colorado. Wait, did you say Colorado?
Colorado calls it they call it the Division of Motor Vehicles, so DMV. Give me another one.
Pennsylvania.
Where's P? What letters? What P come after?
What?
Did
you just ask?
Ignore.
Normally, my P comes
Why'd you
after I
have-
drink a lot of
Comes
water.
off of Elmo.
You literally
LMNOV.
picked two states that call it the. What do they call it? The department? Oh, that doesn't even say. It just says fucking DMV. That's no fun.
All right, we obviously need to know which one. What does Texas call it? Is it the Alamo of motor vehicles?
Freedom.
Texas calls it the department. You guys are no good at
They
this.
just call it the department.
Well,
Okay,
no,
then
Department
give
of
us
Motor Vehicles.
another
All
one.
right, Alabama,
Yeah, why you?
Alabama calls it the Motor Vehicle Division.
Okay.
There's
that's not
another
crazy.
one too.
Ooh.
Florida calls it
Whoa.
Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
Ooh.
Ooh, thank God Jason's giving us these fun facts.
Yeah, that's
The
one here.
hottest
Ooh,
facts.
Indiana calls it the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. That's a cool one.
Email in if you're having fun with these fun facts.
This is
Maine
the rest of the
also
episode.
does. I'm just going to read out state by state. Ooh, Massachusetts is a registry of motor vehicles.
Massachusetts calls.
Massachusetts calls it get your fucking car.
Exactly.
Wait, so why does why do all like the TVs call it like DMV? Like, I feel like it's a widely held thing, right? Like, isn't it on TV all the time? Like, you're going to the DMV.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of people call it department, division. So it's probably the norm.
Probably
yeah,
the
division
norm.
and department are the.
What does California call it?
I gotta scroll over.
Probably
Go to
DMV.
Cali.
if I did that.
Probably DMV because those
Yep.
liberal Hollywood elites.
Yep, DMV department.
Yeah, that makes sense. So California calls it the DMV, so that's why it's
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Anything Hollywood does.
But do you think voters should have to or should be required to show some form of identification when voting?
Yes,
You do.
but
It should be free.
yeah, you should be given a driver's license when you take the driver's test. You
That's
should
fair.
be given an identification card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
Wouldn't
like-
that help with the census? Wouldn't that help with everything?
No.
If you are a legal citizen, you should be given a card.
we could have a discussion about the census another day, but I think because the problem with showing an ID is a lot of poor or people that can't really afford to get a picture ID or some form of identification is it costs money. And the proposal right now, I believe in Georgia and many other states, is that you're going to be required to get another voter ID. So basically, you pay money to get an actual ID that shows you can vote.
They're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're literally putting a price tag on voting.
Basically, you're saying only the wealthy and the middle class and people that can afford to do this will be able to do it, right?
And you probably got to renew it every year, huh?
Probably, or something, probably every couple of years or something like that, right? So if you do something like that, you're only you're saying poor people can't vote, which is just
Mhm.
wrong, all right? if you want to say there has to be a voter ID or there has to be some way to identify people,
You make it free.
You have to make it free. You have to give it out. You have to make it as accessible as possible.
Mhm.
You cannot do this thing. I think my dad raised this point. So shout out to my dad. And
Shout out, Dad.
I couldn't really argue him because I was having a discussion with him about voter IDs. And I was like, no, you can't do it because it affects poor people. He was like, make it free. I don't care if my tax dollars go to it. If we make it secure enough that everyone, and then we know where everyone's voting, I don't care. Like that way we don't have to deal with voter fraud or all these allegations because there wasn't really any voter fraud in the last election.
Allegedly.
You both did that at the same time.
Damn right.
But you know what I mean? Like it does put, maybe it puts to rest all those people's concerns that allege voter fraud.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you make it free and you just give it to everyone and make it accessible.
And how much would it really cost? A piece of plastic, their identification on it.
I don't know. I got my student ID for free when I went to college.
No, you didn't. How much did you pay in student loans?
I don't want to talk about that.
That's like
You're right. I did.
I got a U-Pass for free when I went to
But that
school.
would be taxes, right? Like you pay a lot in taxes, and then it's not that hard to just put a name and someone's face on it, right?
Yeah.
So I think I looked it up before. I believe it was Connecticut that showed up a non-driver's license, just an identification card. In the state of Connecticut is $28.
So it's $28, which means they're overcharging probably $25.
Probably yes.
And also like, I know a lot of people are going to look at that and go, it's only $28. That's not so bad. But to some people, $28 can be the difference for a lot of things. That can be groceries for a week.
Yeah, it could be your dinner.
Exactly.
Did I bring up? We were watching March Madness, and I brought up that it's like Varo or something. It's some online banking thing, and you're able to like
Get a cash advance.
Yeah,
on
get a
your
cash
paycheck.
advance. The fact that like people need like $20 sooner before their paycheck or $50 before their paycheck shows that doesn't. The fact that the bank does that isn't a good thing. That shouldn't be a problem. Like,
no, yeah, I totally agree. I have a problem with MetRx, but that's a conversation probably for another day.
yes,
Do you want me to just go into it?
MetRx.
Why do we need coupon codes for prescription drugs? Why isn't that just paid for? Why don't we just have universal health care in this country?
Why is insulin? Why can't we get a generic version of that? Why are people paying through the roof for that?
Yeah, it makes
The
no
whole
sense.
healthcare system's fucked up.
Yeah, we can get into that. Whatever. But I do think, like, you're right. Like, if you're going to vote, it should be required by everyone. If you want to make it more controlled and you want to have more security around it, fine. But you have to make it accessible for everyone. It can't be you're making it secure for everyone. I'm doing air quotes, but really you're just restricting poor people from voting, which is what this seems to be.
Even if you sent out every single person a voter identification card, it had your name, all your information on it. You could put a scanner thing on it. So instead of having like many
QR
people,
code?
yeah, like something where instead of having like all these people lined up, like in Connecticut, where you have everyone, it's like by your street and all that, you can come up, scan your card. An image pops up on a screen. It's like, this person shows a picture of their face. They see my goofy grin and they're like, yeah, you can put the votes in. And then you go on to go cast your ballot.
Why don't we just vote online?
Could be hacked.
Yeah, I feel like that's a whole other mess of things that you can get into.
But if you could get it secure, right? Wouldn't it be easier?
There's no way you can get it secure.
It would be the target of every single hacker.
I'm going to let you know this right now. Our voting elections right now are the target of every single country right now. So,
yes.
Well, yeah, but if you
Russia,
if you do it online, it's a lot easier.
It's probably easier. But if there was a way to do it, right? Wouldn't that be the easiest way to do it? Is just make it online and everyone's phone number? Or something?
Yeah. You could text the 1-800 number and vote for the next American Idol. Like, that's probably secure.
That probably is secure.
Is American Idol still in there?
Yeah, it's still on the air.
It is.
I think it's like the 70 billion season now.
Ah, good for them.
Thank God.
Kelly Clarkson, shout out to you.
OG number one.
Do you agree with the idea of removing the Jesus Christ?
You can do it.
Removing the Jesus Christ?
No,
Come on.
What's the way we vote for the president right now? Not popular. vote.
Cheating.
Electoral college.
Thank you. The electoral college. Do you believe in removing that or no?
I'm going to sidestep this question like a proper politician. I looked up because do you remember in the last election, like if you noticed like a couple of the states, they have like split up electoral college votes?
Yeah, because those countries, like they're split up
States.
based on the way that state votes.
Yeah.
Right? So those electoral votes go to different candidates.
Yeah. So
I sounded intelligent.
I
there,
was
no?
like, wait,
Besides
that's
the
kind
fact
of
that you called states countries.
Did I really call it countries?
yeah. You
Yes,
did.
that's why I said states.
Roll it
I
back.
said I was an idiot at the start of the conversation.
But I looked it up. If every state, see, I could say it, voted like that,
Yeah.
like every state was divvied up like that, in Obama's second term, he would have lost.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the thing is like the electoral college it's such a weird system. Like it really is. Like I don't think did Obama win the popular vote his second time around? I don't think so, right?
No, he won the popular vote.
Did he win the popular
Yeah.
vote? Oh, but it's based on the way the state.
Yeah, if it was the way that, I just think it's a fun fact.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, it's just weird when like a president will win. You know, Trump won without the popular vote.
Yes. Bush won without the popular vote.
Did he?
Shout out Al Gore. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, because you're not necessarily doing what you think most people would want to do. You're hitting certain states
Yeah.
and promising certain things to certain states and trying,
Which is fucked up because it's like, okay, so it's what? Idaho? Or not Idaho?
Iowa, New Hampshire is the first primary, and then I believe it's Iowa. So you're trying to do the first couple.
Yeah, like we live in Connecticut. Like nobody gives a fuck about us in
No.
terms of presidential.
I mean, they'll never.
Does anyone give a shit about like super red states? Like, no, they're not going to go campaign hard there. It's like, no, we got their vote.
Yeah, exactly. You focus on Wisconsin, Georgia, not California.
Florida.
Florida is a
Yeah.
battleground state. So
Ohio.
probably
Did
Ohio.
you say Ohio?
I think so.
Yeah. Arkansas. Oh, not Arkansas. Arizona.
Arizona.
Nevada.
Yeah. You just focus on those states and you make promises to those people,
Yeah.
which is weird,
Which is, so it's like, okay, or so it's whatever those people want.
basically.
We'll get the presidential thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird system.
I'm curious what, like, because of the populations of all there, like, I'm curious what, like, how much our vote counts compared to those people. Because theirs counts way more in reality.
It's
There has to be a
it
scientific
depends,
way.
but then like ours will count more than, you know what I mean? Like I think Connecticut has what, 6 electoral votes? 2,
Yeah, compared to like California.
which is 55.
Yeah. And then if you look at it like Senate votes, California, your vote means diddly shit if you are voting for the senators because they get 2.
We just went on a tangent right now.
I don't know.
Hey, so fun
tangents.
fact. For
Ooh, another fun fact.
I know, right? I'm full of them today. Is this right? Yeah. So for the 2024 election, the Democratic candidate already has 208, and the Republican candidate has 124 electoral votes.
Oh, really? That's based on like
Yeah.
what's locked up?
That's based on your Connecticut, Mass, New York, Cali, Virginia, all like the states that always go.
I think it's interesting. Texas
and
is gray.
Yeah,
because
Texas is a swing.
It's becoming a swing state. Yeah.
Well, if this voter restriction, like if Biden had any set of saggy balls, he would like get rid of all this voter suppression.
I don't think you can.
You-
Because you make
You
an
can
argument-
executive order.
Yeah, but I think you're making the argument about like states' rights in comparison to what federally you can do.
When are states' rights ever argued against badly?
That's fair. But like there is an argument to be had about what a federal government can do as a widespreading like government, right?
Mhm.
Like when are they overreaching their power and stepping in on states? I'm sounding pretty terrible right
No,
there.
keep going. Dig the hole.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say.
No,
Like,
I don't.
There's certain
Explain
things
it to
that
me.
like if you were to say Connecticut, you have to make weed legal, and Connecticut's like, no, we don't want to, based on whatever.
Connecticut's like baller. Let's do it.
No, they definitely won't. Ned Lamont won't do it.
He will. He ran on it.
Maybe someday. But if like you can make it legal across the federal, but if Connecticut wants to handle it a little differently, that's their right. That's prerogative, right?
Yeah, but when you're actively, it also affects the federal elections too. If your citizens aren't allowed to vote.
No, it definitely does. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
with
So at a federal level, it's a fairness thing where if there's a federal related like election going on, you need to make sure it's fair for everyone. So you should have a say in it.
you. Yeah. I don't know. There's always the argument that like the more people that vote, the more Democrats vote. You know what I mean? Like Democrats win when more people vote, and Republicans win when less people vote.
Mhm.
That's been the conversation. So I don't know. I feel like
you
that
should rethink your ideas if you're not with the group of people who want the best for more people.
I don't know. Jason's got fun facts he can give us. So
Oh, give us more fun facts.
I don't have any more.
how'd you
I'm over it.
how'd you feel about the ending of Baylor winning the March Madness
This
bracket?
game was fucking terrible.
I was. trying
If
to
I didn't
watch
have
that.
money on the game, I would not have watched the whole game.
Did you win?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I won $100.
Cool.
Wait, how much did you bet?
$100.
Well, then you didn't win.
Okay, so you broke.
I broke even.
Hey,
I'll
you
allow it.
had fun.
What, did you have fun though?
No, the game was fucking awful.
There we
Okay,
go.
you didn't.
I had the only interest I had in the game was to see if I was going to win money. That's the only reason I watched the whole game.
Bro,
I enjoyed the women's game the night before 10 times better because that was a competitive game.
Okay.
But this one was a fucking shit show from the start.
I was surprised Baylor won. I mean,
I
actually,
was
no,
not.
Baylor looked like the best team when they
I was
started.
not.
I don't know. Zaga was looking pretty good in the game before.
Gonzaga would have been the first team to be undefeated to win the championship.
Since
Oh, is it since? I thought it was
Since UCLA back in
No.
82.
Indiana State.
In 82.
76.
That was kind of close.
You're closer than I was. I thought it was going to be the first time ever.
No.
My
First
mistake.
time since 86.
How does Jason's a little upset today too because the Jets traded away their franchise quarterback for nothing.
I'm
The
just
Jets had a franchise quarterback?
I'm just indifferent about it.
So
I still don't know how I feel.
the Jets traded away Sam Darnold, and they're going to be taking a quarterback in their latest draft, basically.
Are they getting the flowy hair dude?
No,
I wish, man. Whew.
there is a
God.
chance. Who's to say Jacksonville won't mess it up and take Zach Wilson first overall?
I don't know.
Do you think it's
Good question.
possible? I don't know.
I doubt it.
Sports.
Yeah, I know. I thought that just happened. So
Did it?
yeah, it happened
Did it?
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon.
Allegedly.
Sam Darnold apparently was happy.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I
threw
would
a
be
party.
too. I would be too if I got out of New York and when my coach was fucking Adam Gase, a shit show that it was.
Adam Gates?
Gase,
Gaze.
Oh, I was about to say.
no relation
Full
to
circle.
Diddler.
Jason, fun fact: he's a bad coach.
Ah.
It's not a fun fact. It's a known fact.
So you guys are going to shave your legs for the next episode?
I do it for charity. Like
All
I
right,
said.
we're doing it for charity.
What charity?
Yourself.
You giving me
There
money?
you go.
All right, I'll share.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All
If
right.
you're giving me money,
I'll give you
do
money.
it.
Shake on it.
How much?
Shake
money?
on it.
No, how
No,
much?
shake
money?
on it.
How much money?
Money.
John shook on it.
I didn't
Oh,
shake it.
I'm a witness.
This goes on YouTube. You know
No, it
that, right?
doesn't.
Well, we won't know until it comes out.
All right. Do you guys have any other final stories you want to talk about this week?
Not this week.
Not this week. Next week.
Yeah. That's a
Maybe
little
in
foreshadowing.
like 4 weeks from now.
Oh,
Gasp.
more Jason fun
I could
facts.
foreshadow
Just
too.
keep talking about the DMV.
Damn right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for drinking with us. Find us at Hot Takes and Beer Breaks on social media and wherever you get your podcasts. Cheers.
Adios.
Bye.